Welcome back, OSLP family. Welcome.
You are listening to Our Sleep Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
And this is Mel.
And we are going to talk about mistakes that we make during our bariatric journey.
And that it's going to happen.
And that it's okay.
And that is totally fine.
You are not meant to be perfection.
No.
You are not meant to. And that actually leads us into our very first one, which is we were not perfect before. We are not going to be perfect after. Bariatric surgery does not guarantee perfection.
No, not at all. And I don't even know why we thought that. You know, because I know like me, like going in, I was thinking like, oh yeah, like I'll get it done. And then it'll just be like, I think it's because everybody kind of fed the whole, the easy way out, easy way out.
Yeah.
And then because I didn't, you know, you guys all know I didn't do the research. So I just read my book and that was it.
Yes.
I read the binder. I did that.
That's good. That's a plus.
Yeah. And I listened to the doctors. But like other than that, I just still assumed, I think, that it was going to be easy. And boy, is it not.
Is it not?
It's
I'm sorry.
not.
I think an eyelash fell out and it tickled me.
It tickled you.
And so I was like, what the fuck is that? Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like for the first year, I strived to be as perfect as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not a longevity thing at all.
You can't sustain that.
Sustain?
Sustain.
Mm-hmm.
Sustained. There we go.
Sustained.
There's no B in it.
Sustain.
Not going to do it again. Keep going. This is stupid. Not going to keep enunciating for everybody. You all know what I fucking mean.
Well, she did call the rafters above us earlier raptors.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's dinosaurs up there. It's totally fine.
They are not dinosaurs. They are pieces of wood. They are not dinosaurs.
They're pieces of wood. Oh my God.
What do you think rafters are?
No, it's just like, I thought you were going to say like, you know, it's the roof of the basement or it's the ceiling. Not
no,
like
they're pieces of wood. They're rafters.
It's just so simplistic.
Nope.
Simplistic. Okay. It's very simple is what you said.
It's very simple. So I don't know why I strived for such a perfection for at least that first year. I think I thought, as we all do, that we're going to get done with surgery. Mm-hmm. We're going to hit our protein goal every single day. Yep. We're going to hit our water goal every single day. And you're never going to eat a carb again. You're never going to eat sugar again. And that is just not sustainable.
Yes. And it's also not like, why would you like, why, for me, it's like, why did I even think that? Like, I know people that have had surgery and you can. I think for me, it was more like, hey, here's a challenge. And I'm like, done, accepted. We're going to do exactly the things I'm going to do forever.
That just is not sustainable. Today's word is sustainable.
It totally is.
Can you spell that?
I think I can, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay. So I think that we've had an episode on perfection. If you have not gone and listened to it, go and do that.
You should. That's a fun one.
It is a fun one because me and Mel do not agree on what perfection means.
Yes.
And both of us are right. When you look up, there are different definitions.
Yeah, yours is still not on there.
Being perfect. It's what it means to me. We're not doing this again.
I know.
But it's there if you want to listen to us fight.
Yes.
In a nice way, we are fighting.
Yeah, we do. It's a fun one.
But being perfect is not doable.
No.
It's just not.
And please don't put that on yourself.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I think that's the deal is like, the one thing I wanted to help people with is like, don't do that to yourself. Like try to make this like as stressless as possible. Don't be like hard on yourself. Like you're gonna, we're human. You have to make a mistake, right? Like you have to try things and figure out what's good for you. Cause just because like what's helping me may not help Kelly. And to you guys and your friends, like there's just certain things that just don't work for people.
Every journey is a little bit different. Right? And it doesn't mean, those goals of what to hit protein-wise, what to hit water-wise. That's why they give you a range.
Yeah.
It's 60 to 80 grams of protein. It's, anywhere from 60 to 100 ounces of water.
Mhm.
It's not like you will get 64 ounces of water because you are not going to every day.
No, and those first 3 months are so hard to balance water and protein. It would be insane for us to be like, day 2, hit all protein and water goals. I'd be like, are you in pain? Are you okay? Because I know I couldn't on day 2. Let alone day maybe like 70, because I don't think I got those entwined until like maybe around 6 months. I'm a little vague. I can't remember. It's like 4 to 6 is when it took.
I think about 6 months is when I really started hitting I did really bad on my water for the first probably 6 months.
It's hard.
But I think I was pretty close to hitting my protein.
Yeah.
Because all I ate were Baby Bell cheese, cashews, and salami.
I can just still picture you with your cup of your almonds and then you having your cheese and you just go in a little bit of the almonds and then a little bit of the cheese. It was like a little chipmunk.
Chipmunk?
Yeah, it was cute. I was like, she's doing, every time I saw you, you had protein with you. I will say that, like, you were on top of that fucking protein.
There was some times where I had like 2 or 3 proffies a day.
Wow. I mean, you like coffee, so I guess that makes sense.
And I just added my protein to it.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It
definitely worked because I kept protein, Premier Protein with me at
all times.
And it worked.
So I wonder what could happen. Like, maybe we might see what the pattern is, because you say you love your proffies during wintertime, right? So I wonder if it's just because of summertime you don't like having them, so it was harder for you to hit your protein goals.
So the opposite. I like my proffies during summer.
Okay.
Because they're iced.
Okay.
It's winter that I don't like them.
Oh,
but I'm trying to continue the habit.
Yeah.
We'll see. I do like having hot liquids.
Yeah. So have you tried, I don't even know this is not, that is not allowed, but like for them to mix in a hot beverage?
You can.
Okay.
But number 1, you have to temper it. You learned what tempering was.
Yeah.
And then number 2, it cools it down so much that it's kind of like, I don't really want it.
Okay.
I have done where I've just taken a scoop of the Obvi.
Okay.
And then while I'm adding my milk, I'm mixing, and that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do like the cocoa cereal in it.
Yeah, yeah. It's delicious.
And that's really good. So on days that I'm knowing I'm going to hit my protein goal and I'm not having that proffee, but half the time during the winter, if I'm working out, I make my proffee right after working out. So I'm already warm, I'm sweating, and then I go on with my day.
That's smart.
So I mean, there's options. There's definitely options.
Yeah.
But I don't put a lot of creamer in my coffee either. And that's the other thing is some people put it's like milk, basically, with a little bit of coffee. Me, it's the other way around.
Oh,
it's my coffee with a splash, maybe 2 of milk. So
yeah, yours is very pretty. I like how it looks. It's like a light brown.
Yes, it's a very light brown because I like to taste my coffee. And I actually only put milk in it once.
Oh, there you go.
So even though I'm having 2 cups of coffee, I only put the Fairlife in once.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, so guess what, guys? It's hard to hit protein and water goals.
Guess what, guys?
Yeah. So don't stress yourself out. Don't be mean to yourself. You'll eventually get there is the point. Just keep tracking, keep going. Don't give up. You're going to hit these goals.
Yeah. And mistakes are going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to go through kind of the mistakes that will come to the top of our head here in a second, but they are going to happen. Yeah. You cannot, like we said, be perfect 24/7. That is not doable.
No.
So mistakes are going to happen. You're going to try something. So the first one that pops out of my head was eating past fullness.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, I just had no idea what that felt like. And I'm sure you can kind of attest to you doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you eat way past it and then you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have taken that last bite. I shouldn't. And I still do it.
It's funny about that one. It's almost like we're like little kids testing.
Yeah, we're testing the boundaries.
Yeah, because
is it still there? Oh, yeah, fuck. Go back.
Especially that first one, because
bail out. out
now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that first one, I was so scared of like tearing my stomach that I was like, I didn't do it for a while until finally like, it was when I was on solids. And that's when I like first didn't do like all the chewing. It made more sense now, though, why they say, what is it, 25
bites.
Yeah.
Or chews per bite.
Per bite. So like, I remember, okay, if I just did that, it won't hurt as bad. I need to do this a little bit more. You know what? I tried to do that recently. It's so weird. Because I don't chew for 25 times. Do you?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
I don't.
It is okay. No. I tell everybody right now that's post-op, like pretty far out, like a year plus, do it. Because it's hilarious. It's like so fine.
And you're like, can I swallow yet? But that's what she said. The other thing I was going to say is like with the whole taking one more bite than you should, Zach and I go back and forth all the time. So like he'll be like taking another bite and after he's already said that he's full.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to be in pain. Don't do it. And he'll do it back to me. Like I'll be like, it's just so good. And I go to take one more bite. And I know that taking that one bite, we both know that taking that last bite is going to push us way past fullness into uncomfortable city. But we still do it.
Yep.
Because we're trying to push it against that boundary.
When do you think, because like obviously we don't always do that. So when do you think like that kind of like faded away for a while for you and then kind of came back?
I think that when I was only eating protein, it was easier to say like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to stop. Because I'm not necessarily, it's not like you're finding a whole lot of joy in your food.
Right.
Like you're just eating because you have to and it's there. And but I think the restriction was also way more. So it was easier to say, okay, stop. Like this is the point where we need to stop eating. You're good. You're fine. And I think when you're so newly out of post-op, you tend to follow the rules a little bit more closely.
Oh, totally.
Versus being 2+ years out.
Yeah, because like I would say I pushed the point a lot more during like after year 1 into year 2, kind of figuring out like, okay, what is the limit with different foods? Because I've noticed like if I eat my like a burrito, like I can eat a little bit more because I'm not eating like most of the tortilla because like I typically eat mostly like the insides.
Oh, see, I'm the exact opposite. If I have a tortilla, I want to eat that goddamn tortilla. I don't care about the insides. I could straight up just eat the tortilla.
Well, I'm a weirdo where like I want just to like enough of the tortilla to get the taste, but my brain definitely clicks and go, you don't need all of that tortilla because I just want that taste. So I'll do it until like all the innards is what I call them are gone.
So weird.
And then you'll see it. Anybody that watches me eat a burrito, you'll either see me peel off a whole corner and it just sits there. And I slowly keep doing that, especially with like Mucho's burritos because those burritos are huge.
Massive.
And then even at home, you'll slowly see me just start taking off the back and the back and the back just so I can get a little bit of the tortilla taste. And it works.
You're so funny.
But yeah, I would say like, and then once I had like my understanding per food, like what steak's going to feel like, salad, you know, like even like chicken salad, I realized, oh, I can eat a little bit more than I thought I could, which is not a problem because it's all protein anyway. But it's just like finding that with per meal almost. And then once I have it, I kind of stop pushing the point. Because I really don't like that feeling because you know, like you guys have seen us on reviews, like we're standing, we're like hands up, like trying to get everything to move. It totally works, like walking around and doing that shit.
Or like massaging here. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, ugh,
what is up with that? Like the pressure sometimes just feels so nice.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
And it like helps it guide it down. I don't know.
Right. It just feels good. It does.
I have no clue. But yes, there are, I think we're going to continue to push that point all the time and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so that's what we would, you don't fail if you do that. It's just a mistake. It's a faux pas.
It's just going to happen.
Just move forward.
Yeah. You're going to push yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. Like don't be an asshole to yourself, basically. You know, the next day, don't be mean to yourself about it. Just keep going because then don't just do that for the next meal. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one we had thought of was you won't hit your protein goal every day.
Yeah.
And guess what? You won't hit your water goal every day.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's going to happen. Especially if you're, newly post-op, we all know you're not going to hit those.
Right.
Like, you're not going to hit those for a while.
Mm-mm.
But even later on, you'll be like, Mel, 6 years out, there are days that she does not hit her goal.
No. Yeah. That's kind of why I liked our challenge when we kind of like say like how many we've actually gotten, was to show people, hey, like, not perfect. Just because like we host a podcast show does not make us perfect. We do not. We're just like everybody else. And I have problems setting my protein goals like everybody else does. You can't. I mean, I guess there are some people that I guess do it every single day.
Some people do.
And I'm just not one of them.
Yep.
I'm just not one of them. And I'm okay with that. I think some people have to come to peace with that. Because those are the ones I'm nervous about that are so hard on themselves. It's like, hey, it's okay. Like that's kind of why I wanted to do, I'm doing the grocery store challenge of showing like, hey, you actually make more wins and losses than you think. Because I think we are just really too hard on ourselves.
I would agree. I think sometimes I'm not hard enough on myself.
I would agree with that too.
Because I tend to make excuses and wiggle my way around certain things.
You're an inch or a mile person.
Yeah.
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 For
all
sure.
or nothing.
That's all. Yeah.
And that's what I said from the very beginning of having surgery is I am an all or nothing personality.
Yep.
I either want it all to go my way or nothing's going to go my way. And that's just the way I live my life. I've always lived my life by that rule. So, yeah.
So you're learning that doesn't work for all things.
It doesn't, because the thing is just because you don't get a workout in one day does not mean that your whole rest of your life is fucked.
Well, and doesn't mean that you just can't do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because like, I think that's something that goes through all of our brains. Like, well, I didn't do it today, so I guess I just don't do it all the rest of the week. Why? Why do we think that way? Like,
I don't know.
It's so goofy, but like I've done that to myself numerous of times.
And that's the other thing is not every day are you going to be able to do some type of movement.
Yeah.
The last 2 days for me have been incredibly busy.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting home until late. And I'm just tired.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go work out. I don't want to because I am go, go, go.
Right.
So, and actually it's been the last 3 days. I've really been like doing stuff all day.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten a chance to, but does that mean that I can't do that tomorrow?
Right?
No. I can do it tomorrow because there's nothing going on in the morning except for Mel coming over.
Yeah, which we should go on a walk and do the workout challenge together.
Well, I'm going to be doing the treadmill.
Oh, then never mind. I will.
But we can definitely go on a walk together.
Yeah,
it's not like it's going to hurt me.
That's true. It will just add.
It'll just add.
It'll add awesomeness to your day.
It will. It definitely will. What other things come to your mind?
For mistakes that I think that are, I would say going along this journey, what I've learned is it's okay to not be okay. Like mentally, you know? And I see it a lot on Instagram now that you've immersed me into like the bariatric community, like with the podcast and stuff. And I love seeing those posts because sometimes I forget that it's okay that you can't do things. Cause you know me, I want to like get all of the things done and I want to do it quickly and fast. And I get frustrated if I can't do it. And then I'm hard on myself and I have to realize, hey, it's okay to not do things. Like on Monday, I was pretty much down for the count. I had to go to my niece's birthday. That's the only thing I did. And I came right back home, went right back into bed. But there was a little part of Melanie that was like, you're just laying here. You should do the taxes. You should edit a video. Why are you not doing stuff? And then it was like 8:30 at night. And I'm like, no. You can just lay here.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
That is totally fine. Like, you're not feeling the greatest. Stop it. And so that's what I learned over the years is just like, hey, you're just going to have those days and it's okay to have those days.
You're going to have mental health days.
Yeah.
And then it's totally fine. It's totally fine to take one day. And there's some days where I'll do that, like during the week. It's like, I just need today.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take today. Like Monday, Facebook was down, Instagram was down, TikTok was down, everything was down.
Melanie was down.
Melanie was down. I didn't know what to do with myself. Everything was down.
Those Russian hackers got to me too.
They hacked Melanie's brain. And so I decided to work with my Cricut. And I created 2 different shirts. And I felt better kind of zoning out and doing something with my hands creatively.
Oh, yeah. That's fun.
And it made me feel better.
Awesome.
And I did end up, I ran out of my, I know this is totally off topic, but
it's okay.
I ran out of my gold glitter vinyl.
Oh, no.
Iron-on. So I ran down to Michael's.
And got some
because I live like 5 minutes from Michael's. So I ran down there and got that.
Nice.
And found another brand of vinyl that I'm trying out, which so far I like it a lot.
Ooh.
And the lady at Michael's said that it was way better than the Cricut brand.
Okay.
So
good to know.
I do like it. I have to do more testing though.
Hey, that's what we're doing. We're testing all the things.
All of the things.
Because it is fun to do shit with your hands. Like I've noticed like it's helpful to me. Like that's why I think I enjoyed like doing like the fence stuff, the deck stuff, taking down those fucking trees. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that. I think because like I do so much of like mind work that it was nice to just
do something physical.
Just something physical and zoning my brain out. And all I had to do was just like, these sticks go here. I nail this here. Like it wasn't so much like thought process of like trying to get things done. It was just like boom, done, boom, 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 boom. And I could do it for hours. I was out there for hours. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and it was fun.
Every time you were.
I know.
I just like the act of like coming up with something and then seeing it come to life.
Oh, yeah.
So like I made my mom a shirt and she was like, I want this behind it and this on top. And so because I did a layered shirt and I made some mistakes, learned a lesson.
Yeah.
And then with my mom's shirt, I cut one because you can either cut it mirrored or not mirrored.
Okay.
And with iron-on transfers, you want to do mirrored. So when you flip it, it's in the right direction.
Okay.
I keep hitting my mic.
I was going to say, can you stop hitting your mic, please? I knew she was going to do it.
And so I screwed up a few times with that. But again, I made mistakes and it was okay because I learned from them.
Yeah.
And guess what? I did it probably 2 more times. So
there you go.
It's fine.
Yeah. And then you learn
Kellie
from it and now you know what to do.
Yeah. So now I figured out how to do layered projects. So
yeah, because she made this. I'm just going to slightly show you.
Slightly.
Just a little.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Because that's not supposed to be out yet.
No, it's not.
So, yeah. Mistakes.
I think that is also the thing that so I'm going to tag on to what you said, like learning from it. Like this is a learning experience. And so with learning experiences, you're going to have some like pitfalls because it is a process. Like you're not going to know all the things.
It is called a journey for a reason because no journey is worth it if you didn't have to try.
Yeah. Like, some effort. I mean, we spoke in my surgeon's office support group yesterday. It was so cool.
It was a lot of fun. We thank you, Ellen, for having us.
Yeah.
And it was really, we kind of talked a bit about that, about how if you're not having to work for it, is it really a journey?
Right.
Or is it an easy button?
Yeah.
And with this, there is no easy button.
No.
And it is a journey. So things are going to go all right, probably for weeks, right? Everything's going to go so perfect. It's going to be so smooth. And then there's going to be a road bump. But then you'll get back on it and then it'll be going easy. And then there's going to be another. It's never going to stay perfect, like perfectly level the whole time.
Yeah. And I like the fact they call it like, it's like the honeymoon stage. Like it really is, like, because you get into a rhythm, it works for a long time, and then life happens. And then you have to realize, like, how do you adjust when life happens?
Well, and to piggyback on that, there is the honeymoon stage. And then eventually that honeymoon stage comes to an end because you stop losing.
Yeah.
So then you hit maintenance, and that's where the hard work really starts taking over.
I would say 100%.
Yeah.
When people are like, is it hard right after, you know,
it is.
And it's like, it is. But like now being so far post-op, the maintenance is like the shit storm because that's where you learn about yourself. That's what you realize your tendencies are, what your triggers are. And then you actually have to like take that information and then process it and then actually use it. Because I was telling Eric this weekend, he's like, we don't have a scale. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Of course we have a scale.
Yes, we do. And I was like, babe, I pretty much almost weigh myself. If not once a day, it's once a week. And he's like, oh, I could never do that. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I would look at it and be like, I'm done for the day and just eat. And I go, yep, I understand that. And that's why you should never do that. Like you shouldn't, he's one of the ones that could not weigh every day. And I told him, I was like, I actually just take that information and just adapt it for the day. Like if it's heavier than what I would want or what I've seen for a while, then I'm going to go, hey, I need to make sure I hit all my protein goals today. I need to get all my water goals. Like I use that information as a tool because that's what, the doctors have told us over and over again. But if you have the brain like Eric's where he's like, that would just fuck me up, then it's like, hey, you need a different tool to help you throughout your day.
Not focus on the scale.
Yeah, not focus on the scale. That's a big deal, like through this journey.
It is. It really is. And there will be days where you get on the scale and it will have A, not moved at all.
Yep.
Or B, it will have gone up.
Yes.
Or C, it will have gone down. And those three things, any of those three things happening, guess what? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's totally fine.
It's normal.
I was going to say, yeah.
It's completely normal.
Yeah.
Because we've all had that happen. We've been like, I've been so good all week. Like, I'm going to lose some weight. I know it. And then you get on and it's like, you've gained 2 pounds. And you're like, what the fuck?
You're like, what the fuck? Look at my log. How?
Yeah,
the numbers.
How is that happening? Because your body needs time to catch up.
Yeah, it needs to process it. Like we are like, it can't process information that we understand as quickly. So it's like, okay. So yeah, like I love the fact that Dr. Dovak talked about that. Where like, hey, when you're seeing the scale go down, that's because of something you did almost 2 weeks ago. So we have to realize like you have to be in this habit for more than just a week to get the results that you're looking for.
And I believe that was in the very first episode that we did with Dr. D.
I think it might have been, yeah.
So check that out if you haven't already.
Yeah.
And we go into, a lot of what we do during this process is trial and error.
Yeah.
We have no idea what we're doing, right? You never had weight loss surgery before.
Nope.
I never had weight loss surgery. 99% of you have never had weight loss surgery before. And no matter how many accounts you follow or doctors, support groups, anything that you do involving, even if you read the binder every single day, every day up until your surgery, you are never going to know what it actually feels like.
Until it happens.
Yep. And I'm not saying that those things are bad because you want to read your binder. You want to listen to podcasts like our Sleep Life podcast and talk to your doctor, talk to other people, follow people's journeys. It's great. It's great knowledge because then when the certain things happen, you know what to do. But mistakes are going to be made.
Yeah. And I don't see how it couldn't. I don't think I've met a person that said, you know what? I got weight loss surgery and didn't make no mistakes. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard that out of someone's mouth. But I have heard people say, hey, I had weight loss surgery and I don't regret it.
That is true also.
I've heard that. I've heard people be like, oh my God, guess what, Melanie? I can wrap a towel around me. And they're so excited. Or guess what? I got to go to a theme park and get on the rides. Like that's what you hear. So focus on, if you know what me and Kellie love.
Non-scale victories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like focus on those. Those will help tremendously during this journey.
And we actually talked about on the support group also writing them down.
Yeah.
So as you have them happen, don't just post a picture of it. I mean, that's great. And tag us because we love to see all the non-scale victories.
It's so much fun.
But also write them down for yourself. Put them somewhere where you can see them every day. And then as you check them off, like, you're going to see so much more than just weight on a scale.
Yeah. Like seriously.
Or BMI.
Because Kellie, she's gotten to go on rides. She didn't have to worry. Like both of us didn't have to worry about the airplane extenders.
Yep.
Like the towel. We love the fucking towel one.
Collarbones.
Like those are just like some milestones that I think all of you will get to and enjoy. But don't be hard on yourself during the process because maybe like you won't get there if you're just like an asshole to yourself.
Yeah. And I was thinking just the other day, I was like, I want to go to Florida again because I fucking love the Harry Potter ride. And I was just thinking about it in my head and I'm like, that is like such a free moment in my brain where you get on that ride and for like 90 seconds, because it's not a long ride,
Nope.
you don't have to think about anything but how much fun you're having.
About the ride, yeah.
And I'm like, I just want to go do that again. Like, I don't care if I get to ride any of the other rides. All I want to do is just, I mean, yeah, I would ride other rides, but it's, I'm like, I just want to go back just to do that.
Yeah, you would feel fulfilled just by going on that one ride again. Yeah, because it is freeing. Because like, I think that's one thing that I learned when we were there is how much fun it is to not have the anxiety about having to be on the ride and uncomfortable. Like when we first went on to the Hulk, I was so nervous that I was going to be.
It was so scary.
Like not only like, am I going to die on this ride, which I know I wasn't going to, but that was going through my head. It was like, am I really going to fit? Is it going to be really tight? You know, like I was so scared still. And then it took probably 3 or 4 rides for me to realize, oh no, I'm in a different body now. Like I'm in the same body, but it feels different.
Well, and even the ride, the water ride, I'm trying to think which one it was. Not the raft, but the other one. There was Deadly Do Right.
Yes, the Deadly Do Right.
So you're all in a line. You're in a log.
Yeah.
And it is not a lot of space in that thing. And so like even us, like we were kind of like squeezing in our legs and stuff because you're basically like one person sits and then the other person behind him has their legs like
right under you.
The seat. Yeah. And so it's very like breathe in, like suck it all in, Kellie. But then you realize that you're totally fine.
You're like, oh, I didn't need to. I don't have to suck it in.
Yep.
Just like the one. What is the one where like before you get on, the floor's moving, so you have to keep up with it, and then you get on the.
Yeah. So that's the Harry Potter one.
Yeah, I was so scared. I was so scared that I was gonna fall or not be able to get off either quick enough. And I was like, and I didn't. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Bloop, bloop.
Yeah, and it's quick, and I didn't fall, and I had no problem with balance.
You did fantastic, yeah.
I was so scared.
You did so good.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Right. I was getting my tea.
No worries. But yeah, I was so nervous. So it's interesting, like, once you get to do those things again, and after you do them for a few times, you're going to feel great.
Yeah.
And then that anxiety goes away, and then now you have free space to just relax on the ride. Yeah.
Or scream your head off, whichever you decide to do.
Ice cream.
I scream except for on Hagrid. Every other ride, I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Get me off. No. Hagrid, I'm like, yes.
She is. She doesn't even hold on.
Ride. No, I don't hold on.
Yeah. I
love
tried.
that ride.
I got to here. I let go and got my hands up a little bit.
But you were only on it twice.
Right.
Like I went on it probably 6 times the time that I went with Satan.
Oh, okay.
And then I went on it twice with you guys. Or 3 times.
3 times.
Us.
We went on 3 times, yeah.
So I've been on it.
That's a good amount of time.
A lot.
Yeah. Like you feel really comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I told Eric and Dylan, I'm like, okay, just get me to like 4 or 5 and I should be okay. But it's just trusting it. I just need to be able to trust it. And I don't have that yet in my body.
When we go back to Florida, we're doing it again.
We'll have to do it.
Well, because there's so much more that we wanted to do there that we couldn't fit in time wise.
Well, we missed another Harry Potter ride.
Yeah, we didn't get to do the one in the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and we didn't get to do Hippogriff either. But Hippogriff is kind of like compared to Hagrid. So
what is that one?
It's like a mini roller coaster.
Okay.
Like it's faster. It's not as fast as Hagrid, and it's certainly not as fast as Velocicoaster or Hulk.
Okay.
So it's and it doesn't go in any loops. It's like a kiddie coaster.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's fun. There's like hardly ever any weight on it. So that tells you
that makes sense.
So
okay, that works.
Let's see what else we were talking about. Water.
Water.
You will forget that you need to take tiny sips and you will gulp.
Yes, it's going to happen. It's bound to happen, and it's going to hurt a little bit.
It is going to hurt because I still do it.
I do too.
At least once a day. I will get like totally immersed in whatever the hell I'm doing. And I'll just be like, gulp, gulp, gulp. And then I'm like, oh, fuck my life. Because it just gets stuck, or I drink it so quick. And I tend to do that with LaCroix just because the bubbly aspect of it is very refreshing.
It's
to
one
me.
of your favorites.
Yeah. And, or I have newly discovered grapefruit bubbly.
Oh.
And I fucking love it.
Really?
It is so good. And I have stopped buying the LaCroix.
Okay.
I've started buying the bubbly.
Okay.
So anyways, I will kind of gulp sometimes, or like I'll take my pills with it and I'll like gulp, gulp. And then I'm like,
you're like, oh.
Or I'll like start getting the saliva in my mouth.
That always makes me nervous.
Vomit.
Yeah, because like there's times where I have because
you drink too quick.
I drink too quick because it wasn't even puke. What happened was I took the big gulp, I felt it go down, and then I felt it go pain. It went right back up, and then just right back out. It was just like pretty quick. It was all boom boom, and I was like, oh, that was a lot.
That was a lot. I did not sip on that one.
Yeah, I remember Eric was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, oh, that was way too much water in my body at this time. Not able to process that.
I've done that because there's sometimes where I get really, really thirsty right after I ate.
Yeah.
And so I always try to test it. I'm like,
of course you do.
Fine. I got this. And then I'll gulp. And then I vomit. Like, it'll happen. It will happen at least once in your journey. You will do that.
Yep.
And now I've learned that as long as if I tiny sip, then I'm fine if I drink right after I eat. But I cannot do big gulps or even big sips. Like I have to take it very, very slow.
I was telling Eric to just he's like, what do you guys do then? Because I was telling him that might help him slow down was the whole if you already have food in your mouth, don't pick up more food. Yeah.
That was a good.
Same thing with a drink. Don't if you have food in your mouth, don't grab your drink.
Well, yeah, because it's just washing it down, and then you're not focused on the fact that you just had food in your mouth.
Yeah, and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Like for us, it's going to hurt. For him, I noticed that he's actually having the signs that he's full. He's not realizing he's having the signs that he's full. He'll get burpy or he'll get really hot and he's not. I'm trying to show him hey, these are actually signs that we've noticed too when we're full. I think that might be the same thing. And he's like, but what do you do when sometimes I just had hot wings? So something that's too spicy. I'm like, dude, I get it because I love spice. So I'm like, you literally just grab your water and just put it in your mouth, swish it, and then you either spit it out or you swallow it, but it has to be small. And he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, you just have to figure out what works for you. Oh. I realize what I just said, spit or swallow. It's fine. It's totally fine.
It's got to be small.
And it's got to be small. Well, you don't want that amount of liquid to go down. It might hurt. I did think of Tanya this weekend because I ate and then I grabbed water almost immediately. And I was like, oh shit, Tanya just talked about that. How she's realizing she's not breaking them up anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I realized, oh yeah, I'm not breaking them up as much as I used to. I used to wait pretty good amount of time. And now I realize it's probably a couple minutes.
Really?
Yeah. It's not my normal 10, 15.
You mean I'm beating you at something?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
No, and it's not beating her. Everybody does everything a little bit different.
Yeah.
But that rule is in place for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they want you in the beginning, it's because they want you to focus on protein. They don't want you to wash it down because all we're able to eat is protein shakes. And it's already a very liquid form. So if you add water on top of it, number one, it's going to probably make you sick. And number two, it's going to wash everything down.
Yep.
And then you're not going to retain any of the protein and nutrients that you just gave yourself.
I don't know if that's accurate.
We talked to somebody that said that.
Really? Oh, I don't remember that. Because your body's still going to process it after it gets out of your stomach, through your intestines and stuff as it moves. It's still going to pull proteins and minerals and stuff.
Yeah, but if you are drinking water, flushing out your system.
It just makes you not full longer.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I know that one. That's the one that I was going to refer to because when you drink your water, it pushes the food out. So now you're like, oh, I'm hungry again. It's like, no, you're not really hungry. It's just you made it that way.
Yes.
Yeah. She takes a drink.
I'm just going to take a little sip of water.
A little sipperoo.
A little sipperoo because this is all the water I've had today.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. So mistakes.
Yeah.
It happens.
Well, and just know, like, there's gonna be days where you skip meals, and it happens. We try to limit those as much as possible because I don't know about you, but when that happens to me, like, I get brain fog, I get cranky, I can't focus, and then I think, oh, I'll just have that meal at the end and I'm fine. But really, like, it works for a little bit, but then I'm right back to feeling shitty because I didn't get all the food I should have been all day long. You know.
That makes sense. What?
I thought you would have more than that.
Nope. That was it. That was all. That was all I had.
I agree.
I concur.
You concur.
Yes.
You concur.
No, I skip meals all the time, and it's not a good practice to get into, which is why I've started drinking my Proffies again in the morning, because then it actually helps me not skip meals. Because then I get, it sounds weird, but if I don't eat in the morning, I'm not hungry until dinner.
Got it. Yep.
If I eat breakfast, like a Proffie or even an egg and stuff, then I'm hungry by lunch.
Yeah, it's like it
kickstarts your system.
It does make sense because once you start eating, the whole breakfast is supposed to break it to where now your body's going to process and your metabolism starts. So that actually makes sense why if we eat now, then in a few hours we're going to be hungry because your body's like on and it's like, hey, where's the next thing? We need more. Here we go.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. Because if I wait, then I'm not going to be hungry until way late at night. And it's like, and then I want to like gorge myself. And then that's a whole nother fucking problem. So you just if you skip meals, it happens. Don't be rough on yourself. But like the next day, just start it back up because you don't want to start that trend. And then you might have like some brain fogs and whatnots. It doesn't feel good.
Or cranky. I get cranky.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any other ones that you were thinking of?
Let's look at what we had written down.
Like common things that are going to happen, so don't be mean to yourself.
Vitamins. You're going to forget to take them.
Yeah, you're going to forget to take them.
It's a lot of vitamins. A lot of times during the day.
Yes.
Your calcium is 3 times a day, but you can't take it within...
2 hours?
2 hours of taking your multivitamin and
the multivitamin with the iron. Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's the deal. Is the iron and the calcium can't mix.
Don't go well together.
It'll make your tummy hurt. Yeah. Like it'll make you sick.
Iron makes me sick anyway. So that's why I take it at night. And that's another mistake that I took for years is that I was just taking the vitamins during the day. And if it made me sick, it made me sick. Instead of just swapping it. Like, hey, I'm going to take it at night because then it doesn't matter if my stomach hurts because I'm asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's never going to be like, well, hopefully it's not going to be that bad to where it wakes your ass up because that would really suck. But yeah, like where you're going to forget your vitamins. Like ProCare has the chewables. I love the chewables. It's a 1 a day. They even have a pill. Kelly does that one. That's a multivitamin just for bariatric patients. That's why we love ProCare because literally all their vitamins are for us. And they even have one for like people that are pregnant that also had weight loss surgery.
Yes,
so
which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I am hopelessly addicted to their calcium chews.
Oh, they're so good.
The chews, the chocolate is by far my absolute favorite. Hands down. It is so good.
And it's back.
It is back. Yeah. I forgot. Yes, it is officially back. They do not sell it during the summer because of the heat.
Yep.
We don't want melted calcium chocolates in our mail. But it is back and it is out there. Shameless plug. If you want to use our code, it is OSLP C as in cat 2021.
Perfect. And also we know people that actually bought those calcium chews that are the chocolate, just like bought a bunch of them right before summer.
Yeah, I
that
did.
way they had them all through summer, didn't even have to worry about that lull. So that's a trick that people do.
You just schedule it out. You say, okay, how many do I have a day? Okay, how many weeks are until the end of summer? And then, because ProCare likes to push it until the end.
Yeah.
Like the very last, like when it starts getting really hot.
Because I know we love it.
We do love it.
It's delicious.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And their other chews are just as amazing.
Yeah, because I like their fruit punch. So that's my favorite. that's going to be number 1. And then the citrus would be number 2. The citrus just tastes like your normal chewable. Some people are going to like it. Some people are going to hate it.
And she's talking about the vitamin chewable, not the calcium chews.
Correct.
Just FYI.
Yeah, because the calcium, I think they have a strawberry one, don't they?
No.
Oh, no, cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll, salted caramel, and the dinner mint.
Yes.
Which all 3 of them are so good.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah, I prefer the chocolate, but I like the cinnamon roll a lot.
The cinnamon roll is real good. It's got a good spice to it. It's got that like icy flavor to it. They have good products that they take real care with.
Yeah.
So that we are the healthiest that we can be.
Yeah, because a lot of their employees actually have had bariatric surgery. Some of them have had the sleeve, the duodenal switch. So they've actually talked to the people that work there and been like, hey, what works best?
What would you want?
Yeah, and that's what's really rad is because one of their people was like, oh, there's so many vitamins. This is just so annoying. So you guys should go listen to Nick's episode. It aired back in February of 2021. And he goes over all that. And it's really rad.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He's a very knowledgeable man.
Yeah. And you know what? And you're going to miss those days, and that's okay. Just don't miss too many in a row, just because we've learned it can cause like blindness. It can cause memory loss. You can start like walking funny. So just don't get in the habit of not taking them, because as bariatric patients, you guys should know we have absorption problems. So we need as much as we can. And those fucking Flintstone vitamins aren't doing it, guys.
Nope. And Mel didn't take vitamins for a very, very, very long time.
I would only just take a vitamin D and a B. That's what I took.
That's not enough for bariatric patients. No matter what surgery you had, it is not enough.
Nope.
It's not enough for a normal human being, much less a bariatric patient.
Yeah. I was just lucky that I didn't fuck up my shit.
Well, but you did have hair loss, and I believe that your hair did not come back in the way it should have because of the fact that you weren't taking the correct vitamins.
Yep, 100%.
So, but that isn't, again, it's a mistake.
Yeah.
And you're fixing it now. You've been on ProCare's vitamins for
like 6 months now, 8 months?
Solid 6 to 8 months.
Yeah. And that's the deal is like I have, between them and Avi, I have lots of new hair growth at the top. I have a little wispies in my hair. So it is coming back slowly. Even my hairdresser tells me, she's like, Melanie, it's a lot thicker. Like it took me a while to actually dry your hair this time. And I was like, I still don't believe you. And she's like, I know, we should have fucking took photos. And so I had her take one this last time. So that way, like, let's just see the progression, because like it's got to get better, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you hear it from people. I'm just scared it's not going to.
It'll come back.
It's just that
it just takes time. I mean, you can't, your hair did not fall out overnight.
No.
And as much as you think it's going to, it's not.
Yeah.
And it's not going to come back overnight.
Exactly.
I still deal with a little bit on the sides here.
Yeah, it is what it is. I would rather have the hair loss that I have and feel the way that I feel than to have my hair back again and feel shitty.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with my decision of what happened, because like I can do all the things I've always wanted to do now.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a beanie right now. And if I need to wear a beanie, fucking wear a beanie. Or I'll wear wigs. I don't give 2 shits.
There you go.
Get extensions. I'm all in.
Yeah.
On how to figure it out if I want to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
just remember, mistakes are mistakes. They do not define you in this journey.
No, they don't.
And just keep pushing forward. They are going to happen. And every mistake that you make, it's completely normal. And I guarantee you most everybody has made the exact same mistake.
Oh, 100%.
So,
it's just a learning experience.
It is. Definitely.
I think what did you used to say in the beginning of the show all the time was like, just accept the behavior
and move on.
Yep. So it's just like that. Just keep doing that. And I think you will be very, very successful in your journey. And always reach out if you need anything.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Thanks
for listening. And we will see you
next time. Bye.